Hello, Rockville. This is Rockville's 11, the countdown news show where we bring you the top 11 stories happening in the city. I'm your host, Bridget Breuer. Here are some of the stories we're counting down. The city's car show is coming up, Uncorked Wine Festival, and we check in on the Rockville Robotics League camp. That's all coming up next on Rockville's 11. We're here at the home of a lucky Rockville resident who won a contest for some free energy upgrades. And we learned some tips on how easy it is to save money while going green. Sharon Root owns the Twin Brook house that has been in her family for over 50 years.
The house feels like an old friend. It's been, my father bought the house in 1952, and then I bought it for my mother in the year 2000.
Sharon entered a contest through WJLA for the chance to win an energy makeover with help from sponsors such as Pepco and Washington Gas.
So they thought that this house would typify a lot of things that could be upgraded in people's homes. Today they're putting in a tankless hot water heater. They're going to put storm windows on all the windows on the outside. They've got some kind of a coating that keeps the heat in and the cool in and everything.
After she won the contest, home energy detectives conducted an audit to see where energy could be saved.
When I came to do the energy audit, we use a blower door to determine how many air leaks there are in the house. And in this case, if I remember correctly, it was about 38 to 40 air changes per day. The house is prescribed to do an air change at about 8 times a day. So the energy inefficiency as far as air movement in here was extremely bad.
Environmental specialist Erica Shingara emphasized how saving energy means saving money.
Well, it's one of your biggest expenses as a homeowner, and it's something simply that you can do. You can either do an energy audit like they did here today, where you hired a professional, or you can do a simple one that you can walk through and just look at your lighting and your appliances and your equipment to see how it's working.
Nice to see the house, make some improvements to it.
There are many incentives available to help you save money through energy upgrades, and you can learn more at the city's website at rockvillemd.gov/environment. We had the chance to check in on Rockville's Robotics League camp, where we found out that the camp was all about building robots and future engineers. And this is coming in as our number 10 story.
Competition number 1 about to begin.
Bob Ekman is the brains behind Rockville's Robotics League camp.
Yeah, it is an important camp because what we're trying to do here is develop literacy in engineering and science for our younger population. And if we're going to solve some of the problems such as power and electricity and clean water and bridges, we're going to need engineers. And this is what we're doing. We're trying to build some engineers here, not only build robots.
We checked in during the middle of the program and found out that the campers were already ahead of schedule with tackling tough concepts and exercises.
My favorite part of the camp is learning how to program the robot and building the parts for the robot so we can program it to do a certain thing, like go forward then come back or go in a square.
Our team is pretty much, we get a challenge that we're supposed to do, and we go through possibilities and we begin testing different programs and run it through the robot, and we keep on doing that till we find something that works. So it's a lot of tests.
Ekman says there's more to come.
We're looking to do a lot more of this. This isn't really just our inaugural event. We're looking to do a lot more robotics and engineering and science in the city of Rockville, coming up with activities not only for the middle school kids, but for high school kids and for adults too. The prize really isn't the physical prize, it's the prize and the pride they have in when they have a robot that does the competition and completes the competition.
National Night Out is the annual event where the city's police department and residents come together to celebrate the community. We had the chance to check out this year's event, and this is coming in as our number 9 story.
is National Night Out. It's a night where everybody celebrates being out in the community, out on the street, the city officials, the community themselves, neighbors meeting with neighbors, to show that we own the streets, that we all are working together to keep our communities safe and a very quality environment and a great place to live.
Whereas the public safety is the most important and sacred priority of any free people.
This image that is portrayed tonight is a very positive one. It gives you the feeling that they're part of the community too. They care about it. They want it to be safe. They want it to be a comfortable home for people.
The city of Rockville is a wonderful community, and I mean we're one of the safest communities actually in the nation. It's really wonderful to live here. We obviously have great protection from our Rockville City Police. We also enjoy protection from Montgomery County Police. So you know, it's a great community to live in.
Well, tonight is very special in College Gardens because we always have a big party here. But last year they were redoing our park, and so we had to skip a year, and it's just nice to get restarted. It's a great chance to see the neighbors. It's a great chance to fight crime. You know, it's a great chance for people to meet politicians. It's just always a wonderful night.
We have an officer who lives in our community, and he's very, very active in our community, and it's good to see other members of the force here. Rockville has a good police department, and we like to see them around.
We're having our annual National Night Out event. This is our 13th year in front of this flat area of Reading Avenue, and thanks to the work of the City Police Department, we get to close off the street and let the kids run wild.
The last 2 years, we've seen a decrease in Part 1 crime over the last couple of years. Had an 11% decrease this year and about a 6% decrease last year. But that doesn't mean we must remain vigilant, and we need to continue to work together to keep the stats as well as they are.
This is our regular segment called Mayor and Council One-on-One, and we're joined by a very special guest here on the rooftop, Councilmember John Britton. John, thanks for joining me.
Hi, no problem. Thanks for having me.
John, you chose this spot here tonight for your segment. Can you tell us what's going on here?
Yes. First, we're on the rooftop, as you mentioned, and behind us, they're getting ready to. They're setting up for tonight's event, which is Jazz at Sunset Jazz. And this happens every Wednesday night, I believe, throughout the summer. This has been going on, and it's one of many events that occurs here on the rooftop. And I chose the rooftop because we should talk about, you know, how Rockville is a cultural, recreational, entertainment and dining destination. I mean, this is the place to be. I don't know if you recall that we were just featured in the Washington Post weekend section. So we are one of 4 neighborhoods in the entire Washington area that's chosen as a trendy, hip spot to be seen, to have fun, to do things. So that's where we are.
And some of the things, there's been a lot going on this summer, but I know that there's plans for fun events all throughout the year, and coming in this fall, for this fall with the city, we have all sorts of events as well, like the car show and some things over at Civic Center Park.
Right, that's exactly right. We have our signature events, maybe highlighted by Hometown Holidays. Coming up in another week is what's called the Uncorked Wine and Music Festival, which will take place here in Town Center. The Antique and Classic Car Show. We have different musical venues around town. Here in town, we have a buskers program, which is pretty exciting and a lot of fun. Gives you the downtown urban feel for entertainment. A lot of cultural events that go on throughout the year as well. Great entertainment throughout the city. This is a good entertainment destination now and growing in its reputation. Here, we're on the rooftop, and the rooftop offers, apart from RSVP Signature, which is sponsoring tonight's event and does a lot of other activities, and co-sponsor the event with our local restaurants. So tonight it's one of our plaza-based restaurants. We hit on a variety of activities to please all tastes. We have swing music from the 30s and 40s up here, salsa dancing and lessons on the rooftop, kids rock, you know, for the little kids set, Pride in the Sky, which is being billed as the largest LGBT event in Montgomery County. And a number of other things. And of course, you can actually book the rooftop for your own personal event.
First of all, I'd just like to welcome you all this evening to Sunset Jazz on the Rooftop. Isn't this a wonderful venue?
Well, I tell you, this is an exciting time for us. This is a summer jazz series that started in June with RSVP Signature. I'm the company that sponsored this summer jazz series. But tonight we have a group called Project Natal that we're featuring along with Ora Pomodoro, actually. And the food is great, the venue's great, and people just come out. And you can see, the weather is kind of hazy, a little bit wet this evening, but we're out to have a good time. So, yes.
Coming in as our number 7 story, we get an update on the city's water line transmission situation. After the water pipe on South Glen Road burst in July, the city contracted a vendor to look for potential weaknesses in order to prevent another broken pipe. The Department of Public Works is teaming up with Pure Technologies to use a 4-piece robot crawler with cameras and electromagnetic signals to test the integrity of the city's water lines. Project manager Jonathan Watts tells us more about it.
We're inspecting some of the city of Rockville's water line to find potential defects in the pipeline so they can repair them. Pure Robotics will help the city's water infrastructure by allowing them to get a better understanding of where they may or may not have defective pipe. Most of the pipe in the system is good pipe, but for those few bad pipes, we want to be able to find those and repair them as quickly as possible.
The city has taken the first step towards becoming a part of the county's bike share program, and this is coming in as our number 6 story. We met up with Councilmember John Britton to find out more about his vision for the plan that already exists in some parts of the region.
It would be a program where we would set up stations, as they have in D.C., where you would have a line of bike stalls and a membership card. You would join for a year, get a membership card that you would swipe, and then take the bike out and either bring it back after doing errands on a bicycle or going to do whatever you want, or take it to another station. And so the purpose of this grant is to expand that bike share program into the adjoining communities. And so Rockville is part of the Montgomery County proposal. And so we would have to, if the grant gets approved, which it's likely, we would have to determine how many stations we want, how many bikes at each station, and where we would like to place them. For example, we could have a station at Twinbrook Metro, Rockville Metro, maybe here. And so you could bike, among these places at any time, take it here, return it in Twinbrook, hop on the Metro if you want, combination of things. And that's the beauty of this kind of program, because it provides biking to everyone and gives a nice, safe, accessible experience to people who want to get out of their cars and are able to and want to do some errands or just touring around on a bike. Makes it easy for us, makes it very easy for us.
Welcome to this edition of Dr. Traffic. I'm joined by Chief of Traffic and Transportation, Ahmed El-Shafi. Ahmed, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's been a while, and I know that your department has been very busy this summer, and we're here in East Rockville just looking to get some updates on some of the projects happening in this area of the city and then around the city in general. So if you could give us an update, that would be great.
Thank you. Well, East of Rockville has been very busy with projects this summer. We are busy in general, but specifically East of Rockville, we have several projects going on. First, we are here north at the intersection of South Stone Street and Baltimore Road, and we started this project a few months ago, working with East Rockville Citizens Association. What we are doing here, we are adding a new median to slow down traffic and to allow the pedestrian to be able to cross the street in 2 phases. So they look at the left side and make sure that only deal with one direction, and then look at the right side and see the other direction. So this will slow down traffic and is shorten the distance that pedestrians are crossing. And it's very close to the metro station, so it's definitely a good pedestrian safety and traffic calming at the same time. Other projects in East of Rockville, we put last spring or early summer the fence on Park Road, which is really very helpful. It not just make the Park Road section between 355 and Stone Street more beautiful because we add landscaping to it, but it's have the element of pedestrian safety, because when we put the fence, people are now not crossing the street everywhere. They used to cross anywhere between the metro station and Park Road and South Stone Street. So this fence kind of funneled the pedestrian to go at 2 or 3 specific locations. Residents have been asking about more lights in this area, so we are putting 30 new street lights in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. We will be working with Papco on those because East Rockville has mostly Papco poles. The east side of Rockville also has a couple projects we are working on. We installed the new sidewalk on Edmondson between Lewis and Wade. We are working on a new traffic calming project also in this area. We are planning for a new sidewalk on Lewis.
One question I meant about Pepco and streetlights, and we've had crazy weather this whole summer, and I know that people have been experiencing a lot of outages. I don't know if the streetlights have if there's any correlation there, but what happens if residents notice that a streetlight is out, and what should they do?
Well, there's two ways. We have a link on our website page that residents can go to, and they can actually contact Papco directly. But we also have our own email address for the Traffic and Transportation Division that can send it to us, and we report to Papco, or they can call our Public Works number at 314-8500. What we have trouble with in the last 3 or 4 weeks when it was power outage, we had our traffic signals. In some cases, we have 11 of them went out of power, and in some cases, we had like 6 of them last week. But the good news is that we started the project called the Battery Backup System. We have 46 traffic signals in Rockville. We started to have battery backup system for each of those signals, and last year we just finished in the summer 15 signals of those, and every year we'll add 15 more. So in 3 years we'll have all our traffic signals have battery backup system. So what happened when we lost power, we got power from our batteries that they were backing up our loss of power. So we had the signals working for about 12 hours after we lost power. And by this time, most of them, Papco was able to come back and restore power. So most of the residents of Rockville did not really feel that we lost power in our signals, while probably in the county, they felt it everywhere for maybe 2 or 3 days. Traffic was a little bit heavy, and as you know, when you have no power for signals, it really slowed down traffic.
Well, that's got to be a good feeling in your department to know that you have this new technology. It was put to the test, and it worked.
It did. I mean, this is definitely something we have to give also some credits for other jurisdictions, like Howard County. They started this, but we are the first. We started before Montgomery County to build battery backup system, and it's definitely worth it. And we have 46 traffic signals, so it's a little bit under control. And also we have to give credit to the speed camera program that enable us to fund this kind of project.
What's on tap for the fall that residents can expect from traffic and transportation?
This is a good question, because while we are working on some construction, we are still very busy in the design department. So we finished the design for the sidewalk on Monroe between Big Oak Court and the Dogwood Park, which is a big length. So the design is complete. We're waiting just for an easement to get, and we should be able to build this one in the fall. We are also designing several projects, sidewalk projects on Anderson. That's a big project because it's pretty much parallel to Beale Avenue to connect Nelson to Town Center pretty much. So that's a big project. We're working on the design. We also have Wooten Parkway. We have a small section of sidewalk. We are designing also a traffic calming project on Edmondson between around Wade intersection. And we have going full force in the design of Baltimore Road projects. As I mentioned earlier, it's a big project from Town Center to the East Rockville. We met with the residents in spring, and now we have 30% design. We are reviewing it, and we are planning to go in September to meet with the public again and show them where we are and move forward with that. We are also designing the APS, which is accessible pedestrian system, or accessible pedestrian signals. We have 14 signals designed for that, and this will enable it upgrade the signal in general. It will put countdown signals every intersection, but it also allow the visually and hearing impaired to be able to feel and hear the signal when they're allowed to walk. Again, we're designing the battery backup system for the next 15 signals. We are upgrading 5 traffic signals, and we have a list of street light projects we're working on. So we are busy, and hopefully we'll keep working. The fall will be, the weather will be nice, and we'll be able to continue construction until December or so.
So what's going on? We're doing great. We've been sampling all the wines, a lot of stuff here that we didn't know about, right here in Rockville, so it's been good.
I love all the booths.
It's really good stuff.
It's also nice to see the revitalization of Rockville and having the people come out to the festivals, get people out and enjoy.
We should have more of them, especially the wine festival. It's pretty good.
The weather is fabulous, and I'm just amazed at how this grows bigger every year.
I am very pleased with how this is going. I think we've got a very nice crowd. The wineries seem to be all busy. We've been selling tickets continuously ever since it opened, and looks like the restaurants are doing a lot of business and shops. So I think all in all, the event is kind of meeting its goals, and people are having a good time.
Get ready to take a ride through history as we talk about Rockville's Antique and Classic Car Show. Charlie Carocchio is cranking up his engine. A 1918 Model T Ford engine, that is, for one of the biggest annual events in the city.
This will be our 49th year of having the event, and it's a group of 24 different car clubs that have joined together with the city of Rockville to sponsor this event. And so we have, lately we've been having about 500 to 525 cars show up on the field. And they're all makes from Alfa Romeos to Zagatos, A to Z.
Charlie handles registration for the event and has been a part of the car show for 30 years, but has had a love for automobiles for even longer.
I like it because I like working on the cars. I can't work on my new cars, but I can work on my old cars. And, everybody has a different reason for being there.
The Antique and Classic Car Show is a free event at Rockville Civic Center Park with a party vibe.
It's a festive atmosphere. It's a non-judged event, so people can bring their cars and they don't have to worry about making them perfectly clean or anything else, so they can park their car, and once they're there, they can go and enjoy looking at other cars.
I had the chance to take a ride in the Model T Ford with Charlie and got quite the reaction from people we passed by.
Usually when I have a passenger, they are called the designated waver because so many people wave that we have to make sure that we wave back. We get a good response from everywhere we go. It's not too often that you see something like this on the road, so it's people react to it. I like to drive in anywhere that they don't have speed bumps. You know?
This year's event is happening Saturday, October 16th from 11:30 to 3:30 at Glenview Mansion, located right at Civic Center Park. For more information, go online to rockvillemd.gov/events.
Just come out to the show. It's a great show. It's fun, and it's casual, and it's a lot of cars that you'll really enjoy seeing.
We're talking about the city's comprehensive master plan program, and this is coming in as our number 2 story. If you're interested in making a difference in the future of Rockville, 2 new elements of the comprehensive master plan will be reviewed and discussed at the Mayor and Council meeting on September 13th. The comprehensive master plan guides development, conservation, and capital improvement projects, and is always up for review to meet the changing needs of the community. To learn more, visit rockvillemd.gov/masterplan or email masterplan@rockvillemd.gov, or you can call Community Planning and Development Services at 240-314-8200. Coming in as our number 1 story, a new feature we're calling Quick Hits. We want to remind you of the fun events coming up this fall, such as Rockville's Best Dance Crew, which is a competition designed like the popular MTV series America's Best Dance Crew. Teams of teens will take the stage on Saturday, October 16th in Rockville Town Square at 5:30. The event will continue until 8:30 when one crew will win the title of the Best in Rockville. Make sure to check out all the action for yourself and stay tuned for Rockville 11 for more coverage. Also coming up this fall, Rockville 11 continues its Where We Live series by taking a look at Rockville's West End. Be on the lookout for a feature piece on this notable neighborhood this fall. Well, that's it for this edition of Rockville's 11. I'm your host, Bridget Breuer, and on behalf of the whole crew here, thanks for watching.